Hey, good morning. It's Saturday. It's November 6th, and we're going to solve a crossword puzzle because that's what we do. It's constructed by Brooke Husick and Will Nediger, pardon me. I've seen both those names a bunch of times, so I think they're both pretty veteran constructors. Let's see what we got here. Hope you guys had a nice week. Maybe you're super busy. My arm's still in the thing here for another week, so I'm still a little bit limited on my ability to solve, but we'll get there. Trash. That's a pretty broad clue, right? Kind of rock. Again, pretty broad. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be a music, like metal or something. I don't know. Toni Morrison title character who lives in the bottom. No idea. Lower cost option at a supermarket usually. That feels like manager special, but lower cost option at a super generic brand, like store brand. That seems pretty good. Does this work? Fresh, sassy, pert, Boston exurb. A furry creature that Wallace becomes during the full moon in a Wallace and Gromit film. I have no idea. I've never seen Wallace and Gromit. Bio subject could be like anatomy. I say. Something changed. I've changed. Could be I've changed. Yeah, so this will be Steve. And I've changed. These are the inner planets. Inner planets. That's like us, right? The ones closest to the sun. But I don't know. A thread count. Amount from, this is going to be a swig, right? Swig from a flask. Facebook allows for more than 50. Huh. More than 50. Reciprocal. Oh, trigger happy there. Reciprocal of a Siemens. No idea what that is. Sharon Olds's, this must be Ode to Dirt. Hush Puppy's alternative. Restaurant starters and appetizer. Prominent attire for Junior Pac-Man. This is quite a central stack. 3 grid spanners, one on top of the other. That's pretty hard to do. And it's going to be pretty hard to get these 3 without some of the down crossers. Actress Susan, I think that's like Susan Day. I don't know. Order at a lodge. At a lodge. I feel like that's maybe like hot cocoa or order at a lodge. I don't know. It's sold by the yard. Sod, maybe. Good things to have for a private party. DJs, maybe. What a trip. Alliterative partner of 45 down. It's another kind of rock. Meh. Proceeds smoothly. Creature whose male incubates the eggs, during which it won't eat, drink, or defecate for 50 plus days. Like, what? Like, that's an interesting clue. Whenever we get the answer to this, it's going to be like, oh, that's interesting, but that doesn't help me much figuring it out. Is it an emu? I'm just trying to think of what even has 3 letters, Change in writing, like amend. A Yule. I think this is probably emu. And like amend and Yule. Give that a try. On a Saturday, I'm more inclined to take a few chances and be like, yeah, this might be wrong, but I want to get something on the page because otherwise I'll never get any crossers and won't make any headway. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. New York City setting for the Eloise books. That's the Plaza Hotel. Great series. I mean, I remember those very much from my youth. It may be bonded. Much obliged. Whom to call my man? Guard. Current. Actress with an Academy Award for 1960s. Two women. I feel like this must be Loren, right? Mount to R. Trash Slam. Maker of the world's first diesel-powered passenger car. Well, it must be Mercedes-Benz, right? Let's say this is probably inns. Like, good to have inns for a private party so you get invited, maybe. Diane Arbus. My dad was a professional photographer, which is why I know who Diane Arbus is. That's a tough one, though. This must be like crust. Pickup line. Still alive in it. Acid rock, maybe. Oh boy. DDT. Austin X Herb. Bell Labs development of the 1970s. Oh, this is like Linux maybe? Took off. Floors. I'm going to have a tough time in this corner. I don't have any idea about any of that stuff. Amounts from a distillery, maybe. Like, this must be Rabbit, right? Cabs, pickup line, that makes sense. Barrel. Genders. Wow, 50 genders. Wow. Amounts from a distillery. Barrel. Something. Program replaced by CBS this morning. The Today Show? I feel like it's gotta be, right? We shall see. Olympics rule breaker. Tony winning plays. Brightens up. ASCAP. Association. Orgs, maybe. Lead into date. Walk on water. Disposable shoe liners. A cognitive behavioral therapy might treat PTSD, probably, right? Raid. Capiche? This can be takes for granted, I bet. This is not the Today Show. Bummer. Boy, I really thought it was going to be good. This will be okay, I bet. Capiche, okay. Prominent attire. Sure thing. A lock. Home to two of the deepest canyons in the Americas. The Andes, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it feels pretty broad. Like, this, I mean, the way this is clued, it's like a place, and the Andes is like a huge mountain range that stretches for a really long way. Response at the door, like, it's me. Gave off in a way. Seton Hall. Kind of rock behind. Animated film with the tagline, he's got a monster of a problem. Barents Sea Site. Thanks. Quad part. A quad. I mean, I'm thinking about the quad in your leg, your quadriceps. Don't know what that would be. And then like a quad, like a dorm would be a quad part. Lawn, maybe? Is lawn? Stone. Absolument. Oui. Toni Morrison title character. Toni Morrison's fantastic, and we all know who she is, but I can't say that. I mean, are people that familiar with her actual writings? Like, I feel like I know her more as a persona, a brilliant speaker at, I think she spoke like at Obama's inauguration, right? But I have no idea what any of her characters are named. Fresh. Like mint. Took off. It's also possible that anatomy is wrong and Linux is wrong. I mean, both of those could be wrong. And I only think it's Linux because of anatomy, which might be wrong. Thread count. So no. Siemens. Like Hush Puppies alternatives. Like Hush Puppies. Tightens up. Turns up. Grande and others. Grade. Like Grande and others. I mean, I can think of Ariana Grande and I can think of Rio Grande. Or like some kind of a grande burrito, maybe. Elks are there. Sold by the yard. What a trip. Alliterative partner. Kind of rock. I don't know. Trails, like flags. It may be bonded. Like an atom, a bond. I don't know. Bond's not a bond. It's obviously much obliged. I owe you one. I'm gonna call him my man. Stone. Stone. Sure feels like that should be fairly easy. Like current. Let's say this is wind. This has to be show. I mean, yeah. Boston exurb. Like, I grew up in Boston. And I feel like this makes me think anatomy is wrong because, like, I just don't know. Boston exurb. Took off. Because that could be like fled. I think I'm going to get rid of these. I just don't feel really very good about either of those answers. And took off for fled kind of makes sense. Floors, Oz, maybe. barrelfuls. Replaced by CBS this morning. Like the early show, maybe. That's a thing, right? Olympics rule breaker, like a doper. This is propeller beanie. Wow. I mean, I can't picture Junior Pac-Man at all, and that's kind of a doozy, but it's nice. I mean, I like that it's Phil. Oh, this looks like Starbucks, right? Yes. Starbucks orders. Cool. Like Tony will. Oh, so on Broadway. On Broadway. Hush Puppies. Perks up. Response at the door. It's me. Oh, emend, not amend. Odyssey gave off, oozed. Kind of a rock. Kind of rock. Behind. Animated film. It's like an ice flow. Guard, perhaps. Fend. But like piff. Stone and piff. I don't know about that. I mean, so these are something's wrong here. Fresh, anew would be fresh. Bio subject. Life, I guess, maybe. Off left, that works. Boston excerpt, like Salem. Texts would work. Unix, okay. Salem. Oh, okay, that works. I mean, I don't like any of that corner, but I think it makes sense. Alliterative partner, like what? Kind of rock. It may be Bond. It must be Adam. And whom to call man? Guard. Kind of rock, like glam rock. Glitz and glam. Okay, that might work. Glitz behind late. Glitz. What? This must be Igor, but man. M-E-R-E? I don't understand that. Stone. Pit. I don't know. I mean, like this doesn't feel great, but I feel like it's got to be Igor because which would mean a Frankenstein themed thing. But like, whom to call my man? Mare? Like my mare? Like, so your mom is my man? I'm just gonna try all of these and see if there's something weird I missed. Huh. I mean, Sula, I mean, there's just so many things here that I'm like, not really sure. I mean, Trash Slam, Acid Rock, Sula sounds close enough. Store brand, Anu, Were Rabbit, okay. Life, I've changed, crossed text, genders, Pode, Pone, like Corn Pone, App, Propeller, Beanie. Forgetting the Starbucks orders. Ooh, so rate and day. I still have this. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, sometimes when I think that there's one box that I'm just unclear on, like I will just kind of try all the letters. Not my ideal way to solve, but obviously that worked. Susan Day. That was dumb because I knew that it was DEY, and I shouldn't have left myself with that bad fill there. Interesting puzzle, pretty tough. I mean, 1957. Definitely a little bit on the tougher side. Some odd fill. This corner was certainly my biggest struggle here. Unix, Sula, Salem. Um, yeah, pretty tough. Way Rabbit is cool, but I don't. I mean, I have no reference for that. Eloise, the Plaza Hotel, love that. Glitz and Glam is kind of interesting. I was expecting it to be more of like a homophone, where it was like, you know, two pronunciations or two the same sound on two different spelled words, kind of thing. Overall, though, it's pretty nice. Mercedes Benz, like on Broadway, the early show. There's a lot of nice longer fill in this puzzle, and not a ton of bad stuff. I mean, I don't. There's some stuff. There's like ins along with in it. I'm not a fan of that. Um, that's a little bit tough. Like especially it's me. Like I don't know. Those kind of all feel a little overlappy. But for the most part, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with the solve. Glad it was a little tough. Glad I managed to pull it out at the end. Um, anyways, that's about that. If you enjoyed watching this video, please click like. If you want to see other videos like it, then please click subscribe and they'll come straight to your feed. I'm going to write a review of today's puzzle on CrossBoss.blog, where I review every single New York Times crossword, so check that out. And yeah, stop by again in a week or so, and I'll have another puzzle up here, and we can do it all over again. So thanks for joining me. Enjoy your weekend, and see you soon. Bye.